Hey all, Hibber here. So today I was down visiting the tier 4 ships, and it was in the battleship that I consider the best premium battleship in the game, the Giulio Cesare. So first of all, before we get into the battle, I would just ask you to subscribe if you haven't already, like, share, and of course comment. It all helps out. Thanks guys. Alright, first I'll just walk you through the build I was using in this battle here, and it's a Azure Lane Littorio and a premium commander, but just hold on a few days, because in the next update there's going to be a free commander that I actually think is going to be better than Littorio, but let's wait and see until Monday when the next update is out, and obviously I'll be playing this ship here in particular with the new commander, and I'll give you my, take on it. But of course, if you already have Littorio at a high level, then yeah, keep her there, I guess. Anyway, let's see what happens on Monday. So we're on Hotspot here, and this is one of my favorite maps in the game. Because if you want to win this map here, you have to push. There is no winning this map here by sitting back or, playing passively or anything like that. I mean, no, you gotta get the hotspots, and especially this B1 here. If you don't do that, well, then you are going to lose. And that goes for battleships as well, myself included. And if you will notice the battleship that spawned with me, plus one of the battleships that spawned in the middle, they're actually both coming over here, but they spent pretty much the whole game behind an island, unable to fire at anything. And I now realize there's a lot of new players in this battle here, judging from the badges they have, and I'm sure it's something that they will learn as they go along, and it's also one of the reasons that I don't really spend a lot of time down here in the lower tiers, because one, there's not a lot of agile cruisers, and I think battleships and destroyers are just too powerful down here. I don't think it's balanced correctly, especially when you have something as powerful as the Cesare here. It's just a nuts battleship. And with Littorio, it's even more accurate. It's already really accurate. But with Littorio, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's wonderful, really. So this guy must really not like me, because he's, blind firing into smoke to hit me. I'm guessing it's the CC effect. If this guy even knows I'm a CC. I mean, I think he has one of the new badges on. So anyway, we are in the cap, and we are holding the cap, and that's pretty much my job over here, because the red team is quite evenly, maybe they have a little bit more ships over here, one or two more on this flank than the other flank, so we're going to hold this flank here until we can get some help from the other side of the map, once they have hopefully won their side, because they have fewer ships over there, so it should be easier in theory. So again, just watch the battleship that I spawned with. He's sitting bow in, right into an island. There is nothing he can shoot at, and well, yeah, he can't get hit either. But it's not exactly like a good position. And if you notice the battleship that's approaching behind him, he is aiming for the exact same spot. And I'm trying to make him move. I was like, dude, it would be better if you actually came out and shot at things. Because sooner or later I'm gonna get overwhelmed in this position here, because it's full of destroyers and there's full of battleships, and yeah, it's just a matter of time before they try to rush me here. So I have the Isokase here, spotted, but I can't really do anything about it, because if I move out, I'll get citadeled by the battleships. So I'm just waiting for someone else to take a shot, and this would be a very good thing for the battleships behind me to actually shoot at. But instead, the destroyer has to actually come out and shoot at this other destroyer here, and I don't actually know what this Isokase here is doing. It looks like a very weird play. And finally, there's a salvo from over here, and I'm trying to yell at these guys here. Would you get into the fight before we lose our destroyer? And also the destroyer is just YOLOing in there. So yeah, it's this is obviously a battle with new players on each team, and that should be pretty obvious to everyone involved, and there's nothing wrong with that. And like I said before, that's also one of the reasons that I don't spend so much time down here in tier 4 and 5. 5 is okay, but tier 3 and 4, there's a lot of new players down here, and if you get a good game, like which you do a lot down here because there's so many beginners who don't have any like high level commanders or anything like that, it doesn't really count for anything. Like it's like taking out the kamikaze and torping 4 or 5 newbie battleships and then putting your Kraken up on Facebook. That's not really impressive if you ask me. But anyway, in this battle here we are in Cesare, and like I said, I haven't played an awful lot of battles in the ship here. I played it when it came out, and then I played it for ranked, I think. I think the majority of my battles in the ship is in ranked. And I like it. I think, like I said, it's the best premium battleship you can buy, especially if you like to, club some seals down here at the lower tiers, because there's just nothing like it. It's one of a kind. It's the best ship you can buy as a battleship, I think. Even better than the tier 7s, all things considered, at the tier, I think it's the strongest thing available. So if you look over on the other flank, we're actually doing pretty well over there. There's still 3 ships over there, and there's only 1 battleship and a destroyer, as far as I know. And that means that sooner or later, these blue ships over there, they are going to win that flank. So all we have to do over here is just, hold out, don't get sunk, and keep the cap. Don't let the cap fall, because the longer we hold on to this cap, the less tickets the enemy team will get. So obviously that's how you win, really. And I see so many battleships just sitting like the 2 behind me, or the 1 behind me now, just right outside the cap, just letting the enemies grab it while they sit in cover, and then the defending cruisers get wiped out, and then those battleships get torped or burned or whatever. They die a horrible death, that's for sure. So this Nevada is coming around to say hi, and we'll just line up the Citadel and take him out. So on the other side there's a Turenne, and finally I have at least one of the battleships out there to help me a little bit, and he's actually helping me out now. He's taking some pretty nice chunks out of that French battleship there, but unfortunately it costs him his life, which I don't really understand. But then I look at his sunken ship and it looks like he was broadside, and then of course it makes sense. So we're gonna fire 2 turrets at this guy because I was hoping to Citadel him out of existence, but of course game says no. So we'll save another turret for this New York here, and we do a little bit better here. So we get a nice double Citadel and a high caliber out of that. And then I'm going to try to, protect my broadside by heading in behind this island here, because otherwise the New York would probably be able to Citadel me. So I get the kill on the Turenne, and that means that I only have to worry about this New York now. There is a battleship behind me out in the open sea, but he's not really much of a threat at the moment. So as long as I keep my broadside safe here, and that was a pretty horrible salvo. I don't even know if that guy understands how to shoot. And again, tier 4, so yeah, you can't really expect people to be good at the game, which I'm not expecting at all. But then, like I said before, it just gives experienced players a massive advantage. Like, it's a little bit unfair, but whatever. Here I get totally cheated out of a kill, and Citadels there, because that should have been at least 1 Citadel. But fine, okay. We'll wait for the reload here on Cesare, and I can already see now it's not gonna make it. It won't be able to reload before he goes behind the island, and that's unfortunate, because I was hoping to whack this guy out of existence and then move down and take out this Congo out here, because he's also sitting behind an island and has been doing it the whole time. And there is a destroyer in the cap still somewhere, and obviously that makes me nervous, because he could come around this corner at any time and torp me. And I don't have any cruiser backup or anything like that. That's a luxury down here at tier 4. And here I thought I was done for. I thought he had shot torpedoes here while I was reversing out. So I was just thinking, oh well, that's the end of me. But it turns out he didn't. And again, tier 4 for you. So I think, okay, well, I'm going to focus on this battleship here that went around the island. So we're just going to wait for him to come out. and then get the citadels that I was owed from earlier. But just gonna wait, and then we're gonna line up a nice shot. And before they were a little bit low, so I aimed a little bit high here, and again I don't get a citadel. And I mean, this guy has been broadside on for 3 salvos now, and it's just it's getting a little old. Especially when I got 2 citadel on him before by doing the exact same thing. But whatever. If you play the game, then you know my pain. So I was hoping my secondaries would remove him here, so I could use my primaries on the destroyer. Because as you can see, the destroyer is challenging me now, so that's why I'm leaving the cap. I don't know where he is, and I'm trying to sort that out, so I can kind of, you know, anticipate any incoming torpedoes. And while I'm doing that, might as well get some cheeky shots at the Congo. So, but I'm not running away. I'm just going to reposition here, because there's still no torpedoes, so I'm guessing he probably didn't shoot any, or they just haven't reached me yet. But I'm taking a bit of a chance here turning, and at this point I go unspotted, so now I know exactly where the destroyer is, and that's just too bad. If I get spotted again, doesn't matter, now I know where he is. So I'm definitely going to move into the cap again now, and again something I don't see battleships do a lot. There's not a lot of capping happening by battleships. And especially, well, actually, at tier 4 it's not too bad. It's because, you know, people just rush in and get, you know, pummeled immediately. But at tier 7, it's just nuts. Like, no one caps in battleships, and it's like that's why battleship players tend to get lower XP, because yeah, they just sit back, shoot, and sure, you get like a pretty okay game out of that. But you know, if you want to do better, you have to actually, you know, play a little bit better. And no one's saying that battleships can't cap. Of course they can cap. And I mean, I've spent the whole game, this game here, in the cap in my battleship. And I'm gonna go in again now, because obviously I don't want this destroyer to grab the cap. I mean, we are going to win, but it's a matter of, you know, pride now. I'm not gonna give this cap up that I've been fighting for the whole game in the last 3 minutes. Also, in the meantime, the Congo, I believe it was the Congo, gave us our Kraken and I think the Confederate as well. So that gives us the trifecta, the high caliber, the Confederate, and the Kraken. And then there's a few other silver medals that I don't know what are at this point. So the trifecta usually means that, well, you've carried your team, because you've done the most damage, and you've done a lot of damage to at least, I think it's 4 ships on the enemy team, or is it 6? I can't remember for Confederate. And you've sunk 5. So it's hard to do any better than that, really. Dreadnought also would be nice, but I haven't taken enough damage, and that's just too bad. So we're just going to take it a little bit easy here. I'm happy enough just to hold the cap, because it gives me XP, and you know, the enemies don't get any points, and you know, I get spotted once in a while, but it's fine. I know exactly where the destroyer is. So I'm just waiting for him to make a mistake, and then I'm sitting in this position here where he can't torp me. Because like I said, I know exactly where he is. So just waiting for torpedoes, and then once I think he shot all his torpedoes, I will either stay in this position, or I will see if I can, you know, whack him quickly and get a 6th kill. So just moving a little bit back and forth here. So because I know the torpedoes are going to come from here, and I don't want one like annoying torpedo to just hit my bow here. And I actually missed out on the destroyer there. Now that I'm watching the video again, he's actually spotted right now, and I don't know why I didn't see that, but anyway, there he is. And I don't know why he decided to go unspotted, but it's good for me. So we get in a few salvos there, almost get him, and we managed to dodge the torpedoes as well. So down here at tier 4, you can pretty much, you know, rely on the destroyer coming out on the other side of this island here, broadside again. Which thankfully doesn't happen that much more at tier 7, but I mean, at tier 4 it's a given, because people aren't experienced enough in the game yet. So it's just a matter of, you know, shooting and taking this Minikaze without camo out of the game, giving us our 6th kill, 140,000 damage, high caliber, Confederate, Kraken, and what are the other medals? Let's have a look what they are. Close quarters and devastating strike. So that was the Giulio Cesare with actually not a lot of XP, 2800. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this battle here, guys, and I'll see you out there.